My name is Stephanie Rybandt. I'm the owner of Fannie's Cafe. We are a cafe, coffee shop, a bakery, and a restaurant on the northwest side of Chicago. We've been in business for 8 years now, and we did a large expansion 4 years ago. Really created the full vision of the business just 4 years ago, and now we are a full restaurant and catering company, bakery, and coffee shop. So for me, the top 4 things that make a cafe or really a business successful, when talking about entrepreneurship and business ownership, are, I would say, 1, engagement with staff and your customers. Just being engaged in the community in general is a really important thing. Connecting with customers and connecting with staff regularly really foster this sort of community around the business and keeps it moving forward. I would say after that, the second thing is keeping your creativity, making it new and exciting for yourself and your customers and your staff to just keep that engagement going and not letting anything get stale or boring for any of you. The third, I would say, take care of yourself. I would say 90% of the entrepreneurship battle is mental health, because it's a roller coaster and there are some days when you don't know if the ride's going to break and you're going to fall off. But just taking a deep breath and keep moving forward and taking care of yourself and knowing how to handle those extremely stressful situations when you run payroll and just wonder if they're all going to clear this week. And then number 4 is just have some business knowledge. A lot of people have great ideas and go into business with the great intention of making it big and making millions, and maybe just didn't do a whole lot of homework. So know your business basics, watch your numbers, watch your marketing, and then I think that's the perfect recipe. What inspired me to start my cafe was a few things. The first was I grew up in the neighborhood where I put my cafe, and I always wanted something cool in my neighborhood when I grew up here, and I didn't think there was anything cool enough, so I decided I would be the cool space where people could come and hang out and have something that was made with intention and love and just have a very nice experience, a good vibe. So I did that, and then I wanted to be the person that did that. I wanted to be in charge of something and create something that other people would enjoy. The other reason I did it is because I don't do good with a boss. I guess I've always been very independent and always wanted to create my own space, and that's really what inspired me to do this. It was the perfect combination of this idea I had and the location I grew up in and just being driven to do something independent. So as a women business owner, I have found it's important to stay connected to other women business owners. There are a number of groups out there, women's networking groups, and we try to get together in each other's businesses, but being a business owner, it's nearly impossible to rally all of our schedules together. So there's an online network that I go to quite often that are women in business, and we talk to each other, we support each other, we share stories. I think that one thing, and maybe it's entrepreneurship in general, but sometimes people don't want to share their stories, they're afraid. I find that women are not afraid to share stories and then sort of walk through those fears and walk through solutions to problems together, and that's what I have found in my fellow women business owners. And then there are a few here locally where we will just go have a glass of wine and talk about what this is like, you know. So I have my larger network online, and then I have my smaller network locally that we connect regularly. So stories, you know, lessons I've learned from others, I guess. It's really important to try to have a plan. It's kind of funny because we make this joke here, like when you make a plan, then God just kind of laughs at you and derails it no matter what, and then you just keep trying to make that plan. But before I started my business, my degree is in business administration, and so I had a pretty solid business plan that had projected what I was hoping or thought or sort of calculated may happen. I did my research with where I was putting my business, so I researched Chicago laws pretty thoroughly. I made connections, so I did a lot of my research and I really laid out a business plan. And I go to networking events or I go to a chamber meeting and I hear that a lot of business owners don't have a business plan, whether it's formally written or even just an outline jotted out. You know, we're very ambitious people. We're an ambitious group of people, and sometimes we move forward quickly, and sometimes that means we're not as prepared as we need to be. And then, you know, one little hiccup, one little thing that you miss can really just knock you out of the game, and it's really unfair and it's frustrating and it's unfortunate, but it's the reality of this business and being a business owner. So, maybe you didn't read the code right in the Chicago law and you thought you could have a kitchen and now you can't, but now you've already signed a lease and now you're kind of in trouble. So just research a business plan and write out that outline. And even if whatever you write out and plan for doesn't happen at all and you're derailed and you need to problem solve as you go, it's still a baseline to prepare yourself and have a goal and something to work for, and you know where you need to research. You don't know what you don't know until you lay it out and figure out what you don't have the answers to. I would say that being a business owner and opening Fannie's Cafe has been the quintessential roller coaster ride. I've had some of the best experiences, made the best connections, been happiest I've ever felt, and then at the same time been so scared at times and so nervous and just depressed or worried. So it really is the gamut of every emotion. It really is that ride that everyone says that it is. But for me, it's absolutely worth it.